Hello Robotics Notes fans, I have the hiccups and welcome to another episode of Robotics Notes Elite like Animal Crossing. It's 3:08 p.m. I did a whole lot of stuff today, so this is a real late one. I hope this one doesn't go too long. Let's load the data. Despite having to pull out from the TNSC, our tests are immediately picked up again. Not much time till the expo. According to Subaru and Frau, due to the hurried construction, there are issues popping up all over. We're running these tests to take care of them, one by one. That's how we go about adjusting Model 2's settings, repeating things over and over again. Until the transport truck procured by JAXA arrives, we have no choice but to awkwardly continue our tests here. Though to be perfectly honest, I'm more interested in the VAB nearby. It's killing me. The launch date is scheduled for late February. Compared to the schedules for the H-2A rockets, it's crazy fast. Oh, and that reminds me. I saw some folks from the mass media earlier this morning. Apparently the whole deal has become something of a hot topic in Tokyo. Kai, the power supply's just been cut off. You're spacing out. Stay focused. Oh crap. I shift gears and regrip the handle of the laser gun. Then I fix the iron sights onto the parabolic antenna. When the targeting aligns, the gun automatically fires its high output laser. We're currently doing a walking test with Jenna as the pilot. The sight of the giant robot lumbering around is imposing, even more so when since we're indoors. That said, the walk cycle is a little bit awkward. Its actual steps and overall movement are fairly smooth. It's just after taking 2 steps, it'll sometimes stop for several seconds. It takes a step, then moves the other leg forward. It's irritating to see it stop for multiple seconds after that, though. Why is this happening, you ask? Jenna is failing at consecutive inputs. To make Model 2 advance, you just have to input the advance command. However, that'll only move it 2 steps. To make it continue walking, as soon as the previous action completes, another advance command has to be input. Repeating this at length will result in uninterrupted walking. But Jenna's timing is super off. Yo, Karate-senpai, what's with all these missed inputs? The command for advancing consists of 3 well-timed consecutive button presses. As for why such a basic action requires a complex input, it's apparently for safety purposes. We're dealing with an 8-meter tall giant robot. Even taking a single step is a dangerous thing. Imagine what would happen if someone was standing at its feet and it started advancing due to an accidental input. To prevent that, all Model 2's actions are set to require at least 3 button presses. The problem is that this means that even basic process of making Model 2 walk requires a 3-button input. Kill Ballad has me used to stuff like this, but Jenna's not a gamer. This might be a bit too much for her. Speaking of which, she doesn't look the least bit calm as she controls Model 2. Her gaze keeps darting back and forth between the phone droid's control screen and the robot itself. It's honestly irritating to watch. Jun-chan, you probably shouldn't look at the robot so much. Huh? But I always try to keep your eyes on the game screen. But if I do that, I won't be able to see Model 2-chan's surroundings. Makes sense that your field of view in an FPS is narrow. I'm used to KB, so this feels perfectly normal. Then how about not looking at the screen at all? Hold it like you would if you were controlling the honorary prez. Might actually be a bad thing for the omnidirectional camera to feed into the phone droid screen. If you're so non-committal with your gaze, you're not gonna be able to deal if something sudden happens. Though unlike KB, it's not like we're fighting someone. I doubt anything's gonna suddenly happen. Okay, I got it. Thanks for the advice. I have my way of doing things and Jenna has hers. Rather than pushing too hard, it's important for Jenna to find what works best for her. The robot starts walking again. In terms of size, the facility is maybe 50 meters in length. Walking 15 or 16 steps brings Model 2 to a wall. The operator must then input the 90-degree turn command twice for 180 degrees total and head back. On the return trip, the parabolic antenna is out of sight of the laser gun, so I get to take a break. This is kind of plain. Nason comes up beside me and frowns as she whispers. It is. Even I think so. Advance, do a 180-degree turn after reaching a wall. Do that for 20 sets. Next, crab walk around across the building and back. Another 20 sets. Jin-chan and I take turns operating for both. Advancing, turning, crab walking. We're practicing the basic commands by repeating them over and over again. Who came up with this training course? Subaru or Akiho-chan? I did. Ho ho! That's surprising. Nason looks me in the eyes with a mischievous smile on her face. I didn't think you'd be down for something so plain like this. Now, you completely misunderstand me. I don't think there's anyone in the world who likes practice via repetition as much as I do. As the second best KB player in the world, I'm constantly putting in effort every single day. Even now, I'll practice some KB combo over and over before going to bed. If I didn't do that, my skills would falter, and I'd be surpassed in the rankings by other players in a snap. You have my apologies. This training course does make sense, though. This isn't just to train me and Jenna, so we can adjust the settings as well. Frau is gathering telemetry data and considering our habits as operators. She then makes minute adjustments. We're getting a feel for the controls. Both Jenna and I each have our own unique quirks when it comes to operating Model 2. Command input reception timing, the time lag from input to output. Frau said the UI can be optimized for things like that. Additionally, by providing experience to the auto balancer, its precision increases. Still, it's all just too boring. Akio joins the conversation. If this was an anime, it'd be cancelled due to low ratings. Who wants to watch a giant armorless robot lumber around endlessly? You could at least mix in Gunviral's pose or something. Oh, I want to come up with some new actions. 1 second. Sorry, everybody. We already decided on doing that after we withdraw from here and move back to the hangar. Right now, the most important thing is for Jin-chan and I to get used to the controls. Though if you tell me that's not necessary, I wouldn't mind skipping out on practice. Sorry. It's just that I'm the only one with nothing to do. Subaru said that as president, I should be supervising everything, but it's like how he's telling the president what she should be doing. Maybe he's the one actually pulling the strings. Speaking of which, Subaru isn't here for today's tests. Not only does he have his dad to deal with, he still has classes to attend, unlike us third years. Please pay no mind to our other second year Frau, who is currently skipping school entirely. Looking at it another way though, that means I don't have any actual work, right? It was exciting watching it move at first, but I'm bored. Are you losing focus? That's not good. You're the person in charge after all. Your job is to keep a watchful eye on everything and make sure no problems pop up. That holds more true when you go to the expo too. You're right, but I just think I'm better suited for grunt work is all. You did plenty of that on the way up to Model 2's completion. You can afford to take a little break. You're not listening. I want to get more hyped up. You're like a tuna. Excuse me? If they die, they die if they don't keep swimming. Oh yeah, that's totally like me. I'd be willing to swap places. I point to the laser gun with my eyes. I'm gonna take a look at the rocket transports again. Not happening. Need to make up for all the time you spent skipping out. Is that so? I mostly just don't want to be stuck here doing tests every single day. Don't actually plan on going to watch the rockets watch the rocket transports. The real reason I want to get away is because we're in 2020 and I still haven't found the last Kamijima report. The reason I skipped yesterday and made excuses is because I'm looking for that last report. After about 30 minutes of watching the transport, I spent the rest of the time searching the island. I've been doing this since the end of last year. With no classes, I've been searching at night. Sadly, Mom now thinks I'm a delinquent. I didn't think it'd be this hard to find. Fortunately, Gejine is still operational and has been providing tips as to where the last report might be. But at this time, even Gejine seems to be throwing in the towel. Getting more and more impatient. The Kamijima reports predicted a large solar disturbance in 2020. It may only be January, but that doesn't change the fact that we've entered 2020. It's completely possible that today or tomorrow a disturbance on the scale of last year's or even bigger will hit Earth. But while I'm feeling increasingly impatient, I'm also feeling hesitant about finding the last report. Unlike the previous ones, Kamijima Report number 7 isn't a detailed description of the future. Activating it will distribute the Kamijima reports around the world. It's like an unlock key. As far as I'm concerned, these last reports are the absolute truth. But even then, there's still a 0.1% chance that they end up being BS. Dispersing the Kamijima reports to the world could cause unnecessary chaos. I'm a bit hesitant about that. This isn't the sort of thing for a rural high school kid should be responsible for. Good grief, what have I gotten myself into? Yet here I am, still searching. I've already come this far. There's no turning back now. Hey Kai, your aim's off again. Whoops. The robot has already finished making its turn. I can see the parabolic antenna from my position. I hurriedly aligned the iron sights with it. While Model 2 is equipped with batteries, they're rather small. They have a 3-minute operational limit. That's why it's ideal to keep the laser aimed on Model 2 as it moves. Said robot suddenly stops moving. Making more mistakes than before, by the way. If I don't look at the screen, I can't press the buttons properly. Jenna complains, but she nonetheless keeps following my advice, refusing to remove her gaze from Model 2. Sorry that I can't make you move right, Model 2-chan. No worries. You'll get used to it soon. Jun! Blah 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 blah. You're all good. Us. Mistakes be damned. She's nothing like the girl who used to be scared of robots only half a year ago. Hey Jun-chan, does Model 2 scare you? Huh? Jun's hand stopped moving as I talked to her. Looks like she can't talk and operate it at the same time. Nope, not at all. When I'm operating it, it moves just like I want it to. It even moves just like me. In some ways, it sort of feels like another me. Huh. Is that weird? Not at all. Akio happily wraps her arms around Jinna. I'm so relieved. I'm super duper ultra happy that you like robots now, Jun. My brainwashing worked. Poor Jenna probably has no idea how to react to your bragging. Though I guess I can't deny that Akio's pushiness might have had an effect on her. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been another episode of Robotics like Animal Crossing. I will see you all on the 24th. The 24th. But until then, no Chio.